So now I'm proud to bring up Arlene Isaacson, the co-chair of the Mass Gay and Lesbian Political Caucus, who's going to talk about what does it mean to go be your legislator. Arlene?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming here today, taking time off from work, time off from your lives. Your lobby was very important to you. I can't tell you how much your presence here means, but I am going to try. When you go into offices, be polite, be friendly, be courteous, be yourselves, but be very, very clear. You know, you need to be an expert on this bill, so don't worry if you don't know all the ins and outs of it. You don't have to be an attorney, and you don't have to know the details of the law. If you're asked a question you don't know the answer to, don't fudge, don't mislead. Just say, you know, I'm not sure of the answer, and so I'll get back to you and come and talk to us, and we'll get to the information later on. But you are there today as a constituent. That's the most important message you're giving. You might not meet with your legislators today. Don't be discouraged if you don't. You might meet with their staff often. In many offices, it's the staff who advises the legislator on which way they ought to vote. So make the case to that staffer because they can be as important as the legislator who's taking the vote. If you're talking to those unfortunate few who don't support the bill or maybe are even opponents of it, obviously you want to try and persuade them. Tell the stories of injustices, of job loss and discrimination that we all have heard about. Speak to their minds, but speak to their hearts as well. And even if they end up not agreeing with us, even if they end up not supporting the bill, don't get angry. Don't threaten. Always leave their office with the euphemistic door open so that you can come back and speak to them about it on another day. So just ask them to keep an open mind, thank them for their time, and leave on a positive note. Your job today is critical. You are the face of this bill, whether you're transgender or not. You breathe life into this bill. You show that there are trans people in every legislative district of this state. You show, just as importantly, that there are constituents who strongly support this bill in every legislative district of this state. Now realize, despite what you may hear, most legislators actually really do want to do the right thing on most issues most of the time. They want to pass good legislation, but most of them don't know about or can't understand every single issue that comes before them. Ditto their staff people. After all, there are 8,000 bills filed every year. The question that we're confronted with on an issue like this is, would we rather that the information and the questions legislators and their staff had be answered by our opponents or by us? So if they ask you personal questions, we encourage you to share whatever you are comfortable sharing. It's our collective job to help legislators understand this issue. It is your job to put the human face on it. You're the key to getting the bill passed. If you can reach a legislator in their heart or in their mind, they will vote for it. What you are doing here today makes a huge difference. Every day, the understanding of and support for the trans community and this bill grows. And that will keep on happening if we keep on working on it. So don't be discouraged. You face the same job and responsibility faced by the gay community back in the 80s, when we were lobbying for this very same bill to affect gays and lesbians and transgender folks in the 1980s. And back then, legislators didn't think they knew any gay people or that we lived in their communities. Trans folks face the same challenge today. Back then, we were treated like lepers. But by coming out, by telling our stories, by showing and emphasizing our commonality, we broke through their fears, we broke through their discomforts. And that's happening now to the trans community as well. It took many years to pass the Gay and Lesbian Civil Rights Bill. It will not take anywhere near that long to pass this bill because thankfully, times have changed. There's a clear movement in favor of our side and on this issue. It's not happening fast enough, but thanks to Gunner, to MTPC, to the wonderful legislators you've heard and met today, it will happen. And what you do today will be enormously helpful to that happening. I can promise you this. Your willingness to lobby your legislators, your willingness to keep at it, for as long as it might take, is the weapon that will break down the wall of discrimination and inaction. If you advocate, if you keep on keeping on, we will win. Now go out and get them.